everyone, and welcome back to the Right Mortgage Networks podcast. Today, we are on the Later Life Lending Insights podcast with me, your host, Victoria Clark, Head of Lending at the Network. Our podcast series are all about getting to know the lending world with mortgages, later life lending, and specialist lending. And today, joining me to go into a reflection on lifetime mortgages is the lovely Karen Banks, National Account Manager at Pure Retirement. Karen, thank you for joining me and welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Victoria. Thanks so much for having me. It's really exciting. This is my first ever podcast, so thanks ever so much.
Oh, so exciting. So glad you get to be making your debut with us.
It is. I'm so excited.
And it's not long to go now as well until we see our later life lending advisors on the 4th of December to celebrate the year together for the annual conference and awards gala dinner. We always love getting glam as well, don't we, for these? So very
Honestly,
excited.
it's just such the best event. The best event.
Not paid for.
You're not paid. You've not paid me to say that, but it is honestly definitely one to get in your calendar.
That's it. So if you're not already registered, make sure that you are. And we're really, really looking forward to seeing everybody there. And we can't wait to celebrate all the hard work as well in 2025. And 2025 has been a steady year for the lifetime mortgage market, but the level of product development and innovation we've seen is truly commendable. It's a time when specialists in this space need more support than ever to continue delivering the best outcomes for their customers. And who better to discuss this with than Pure Retirement, a provider that consistently goes above and beyond in supporting advisors and their customers. And I really believe that as well. And like Karen, she's so helpful for all of our advisors. So if you don't know already, this is us really going to get through the even more ways where Pure can really help you in your business.
Oh, what a lovely introduction. Thanks so much.
Well, Karen, Pure have built a suite of resources for advisors, from marketing toolkits to podcasts to educational guides. What's the overarching goal with doing all of this?
To be honest, the main goal for us is really to empower our advisors, I would say. So by giving the tools, the knowledge and the support that advisors need to really thrive in this market. So it's beyond offering products for us. So we are really committed to providing comprehensive resources needed for advisors to really do well. So within our marketing toolkit, we offer things like the podcasts and education guides that really help advisors market the business effectively so they can stay ahead in the market. It helps with their product knowledge as well, which is always really, really useful. And we do recognise that the lifetime mortgage market can be, and it has been, as you're aware, really challenging. So we want to offer more than just a product. So by us creating a strong support network with these practical resources, our aim is to help advisors remain resilient, confident and successful in their business.
No, and that's really useful as well. I think it's a great time to be laying down the foundations when, things, if they are a bit trickier, then, you can really be looking at ways you can develop their business. But can you give us any examples of how the resources have helped advisors as well?
Oh, yes. Loads of examples. So yeah, the marketing toolkit, honestly, it's a big hit, and it's a big hit with both new and experienced advisors. So every advisor who is qualified and registered with us is able to order from us at Pure. Best of all, there's no charge. So it's not often you get something for nothing these days. So yeah, no charge at all. So it includes everything from event banners, flyers, which advisors are using for things like networking events. We've also got the lifetime mortgage guide, which help to illustrate the application journey for a client. But this can also be used for potential introducers as well to help them understand the process, so they can maybe signpost their clients to your advisors with confidence. All this really, really helps. And we also have our new common misconception guide. Now, this is really, really popular at the moment. So this helps to highlight to clients and their families what equity release really is. Now, so much has maybe changed from what they may have understood from years gone by. So it covers things like, is equity release unregulated? Is it risky? Things like, will my family be left in debt? All these types of concerns are fully covered off. It's amazing, this little new guide. So it's really useful for advisors to leave with clients and the families so they can fully digest all the information that's being provided to them, which is really, really important. What else? We also provide client and introducer-facing presentations. So this really helps advisors bring this type of mortgage to life. So it helps address and answer common questions and to hopefully aid them in gaining more referrals to help their business grow. We offer many social media templates, so things like thank you referral cards. We have full marketing bundles, which can be ordered in print, digital or mixed. So have a good choice there. All of these are white labeled, so they can be fully branded for the advisor's own business. We just need them to upload their company logo, really. So that's really, really good. All of these assets can be used for many reasons, such as networking events. Obviously, it increases referrals for the advisors, which is fantastic. Helping them present in their local communities, or maybe pitch to a potential lead source like an estate agency or a family solicitors, all of which could be really instrumental in helping the business to grow, which is amazing. And we also offer educational guides on our website. So it covers topics like marketing tips, how to use AI effectively, which is a popular topic at the moment, and also the best prompts to use to get the best results, because that's really important as well. As you know, what you put in is what you get out. Plus, we publish our quarterly market insights report, so advisors can stay up to date with the latest trends and demographic changes, because that's all changing as well. And this really helps advisors just work smarter a bit, I think, and helps them fully understand the way the market's changing and evolving. And I think it helps them market themselves a bit more effectively. What else do we have? We've got loads.
There's so much, so
Honestly,
many
I
things.
could be here
People need to
forever.
snap your hand off for this.
Honestly, I think the only thing, I think probably I don't want to miss anything, is the video and audio content, which is really useful. So that's where advisors can catch up on recorded online industry events we've got. So whenever it suits them. So the podcast that we offer is the Purely in Conversation, which gives advisors access to real stories and insights from industry professionals. And we can hear all about their experiences and the evolving lifetime mortgage market. So honestly, so much stuff available for our
So
advisors and
much,
your advisors.
and it's free. I just think it's
Honestly,
just
it's
crazy,
amazing.
isn't it? I know people think there's like a catch. There's no catch.
Nope, no catch. All good stuff. All good stuff.
No, so much. And I know from the advisors who have made use of it, it is really great quality things. And it just really helps advisors, like, especially if it is a bit more of a quieter time, but you really want to be focusing on what you're going to be doing next. Like, if it saves her getting all these leaflets printed, but you can go get them put into local newspapers or anything like that, or pop-ups, posters for if you've got an office space, all of these different things, it really is make the most of it with Pure. And it's just really great that you offer this, and it's great to have the time to remind everyone of the amazing things that you've got on offer to help. So
Absolutely.
exactly, and what a great time of year to be able to really make the most of this and get ready for 2026. But before we go into really thinking about next year and advisors taking the time to do that, let's look back at the first half of this year. What trends have really stood out in the lifetime mortgage market, do you think?
Oh, good question. So there has been some really interesting trends this year, actually. Quite interestingly, more than 1 in 4 new lifetime mortgages were taken for debt and mortgage repayment. So this remained actually the top reason for clients releasing funds through the first half of this year. Home improvements is constantly there in second spot. One thing we have seen, which is quite interesting, is that we're seeing the nice to haves too, like, the holidays and car purchases. And
Oh, I love that.
yeah,
That's
I
just
know.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nice that people are doing nice
I
things.
love the nice to haves, gifting as well. Um,
Mm.
so all those are lenders' top most common reasons for taking a new lifetime mortgage. Been some demographic trends too. So a couple of examples would probably be where lump sum plans were the preferred plan type amongst new clients, actually accounting for 56% of new business. Now, I'm not sure whether this could be a bit of a mindset shift for clients or maybe advisors, where possibly in the past clients might have decided to wait to see if the drawdown rates were going to be lower. But yeah, certainly seems like clients are more inclined to take up front at the moment. Who knows?
Just
What
the
else do you
uncertainty,
think?
probably, isn't it? How people feel,
Yeah,
or like what you've said. Some people really need it. They've got a mortgage to pay off, and they need that money.
yeah, absolutely. And I think we've also seen an increase in single female applicants as well in Q2 of this year. So 64% were actually single female ladies in the Q2. And we've seen 58% of new plans being taken on a joint life basis in Q2, which was an increase on Q1 this year. So that's quite an interesting statistic. And average property values still remaining quite strong at over 400,000 as well. So yeah, some good industry trends there.
And that is where we say it is slightly harder, but it seems that there's some really good quality business that's going on
Honestly,
there. Like
amazing
it's
quality
nice,
out there at the
yeah.
minute. Yeah,
And advisors putting the work in to help these customers as well. Like I think that's something to really commend. But like healthy bits of business then by the sounds of it, of what seems to
Absolutely.
be coming across your desk. So
It is.
with all of that as well, like we say, things are probably, been a bit quirky. We've seen a lot of properties with unique qualities as well this year that have come up. But how does Pure support when advisors are unsure of property eligibility?
Well, as you know, quirky cases, we all love them. Advisors not so much, but honestly, we really do have so many resources on our advisor website, such as acceptable property guides, our criteria search tool, and we do have various blogs on the different lending criteria of each product. So the best way really is for advisors to call the intermediary sales team for a pre-application check service to help avoid any unnecessary delays on the cases. The team can assess the property details before an application actually is submitted to us, so we can check things like flood zones, and we have access to the government flood checking system, but also ambiental. So I'm not sure if all advisors have heard of this. It's actually ambiental is used on one of the products that we offer. So we can also check case criteria, property location, and proximity to commercial. So basically anything prior to app that we can help on. I have a little bit of a motto, and I say it all the time, but it's don't ever suffer in silence. For advisors,
Definitely,
just
yeah.
honestly, just give us a call, check prior to application so we can avoid any potential issues sooner than later. So it just helps the advisor and it helps the client. Just have that 5-minute conversation prior to app is definitely what I would say.
No, and then it's just make use of the help that's available. Like you've got so much support there. It's just
So much.
reach out. So that with all of that in mind and helping advisors have the full picture when trying to get their cases over the line, what are the common bottlenecks then in applications that advisors should be aware of if we're also looking at ways to help them out there?
I think probably the most common reason for declines that we see really things like flood zones and lending criteria, such as things like wall construction types, septic tanks, spray foam, those types of things, proximity to commercial. So the key, as I mentioned, is just call us. Call us
Mm.
first. Let's just double check these things. And as mentioned before, we can just let the team support you in checking these things up front. That's the main thing, really.
An advisor needs to
Yeah, I
get to
think
know the customer, get to know the property, and then reach out, don't they? If it seems like it's got a few bells and whistles, like just run it past you, can't you? And just better to check than not, isn't it?
absolutely, yeah. Get in first, double check the case through, and let's have a look at them. There's nothing worse than, I mean, sometimes we do see advisors just, potentially putting a case through that's just putting it in straight away. That is quite a tricky case. And just for having that 5-minute conversation can save, can save a lot of upset, really, especially if the clients have got the heart on it, and, just have that conversation first. And we can check through it for them. That's not a problem at all.
Right, and there's so like we said, so much support, so many people at Pure who are willing to help. So advice, if you didn't know already, like just reach out, just get in touch with the teams there as well. And then there's so much that can be done, whether you're in a dry spell, whether you've got lots of business, there's lots of reasons to reach out to Pure for them to be able to help out. But to kind of finish us off then, Cameron, because I know we've gone through loads of things, there's loads of tips and tricks that you've shared throughout this podcast today. But what would you recommend as your top tip for getting prepared in the best way for 2026 and with the tools available at Pure?
Oh, a top tip. I would say honestly, just use the marketing toolkit. It's coming up to the end of the year, and what better way than to get yourself set up for 2026? These resources are there. We offer every advisor that's registered with us. It's completely free of charge. And if you know what the saying is, if you don't use it, you lose it. So get your orders in. Reach out, make sure you know who your BDM is at Pure Retirement. Hopefully you do. Make sure that you know who your TBDM is as well, your telephone BDM. But certainly get your orders in for your marketing. And yeah, get 2026 off to a fantastic start. That would be my bit of advice.
Definitely. Thank you, Karen. That's been so
As
helpful to listen
always.
to. Yeah, thank you. And it's so good for our advisors. I know so many of you already know this because, Pure do have a great relationship with advisors, but there may be some people listening to the Later Life Insights today that it's quite new for them doing this or they want to get into this area of the market. Like, just know the lenders are there to be able to help you if this is something new for you that you've never done before. Like, we're here to be able to help you really build and make this a great area for helping your customers. But thank you, Karen. Really
My
helpful.
pleasure.
Thank you for
Thanks for having
joining
me.
us. No, thank you. And thank you as always to our advisors as well for listening. Remember, these are your podcasts and we love hearing from you as well when you share your feedback. So please do reach out to get involved. I've been your host for today's Later Life Lending Insights podcast, Victoria Clark, here with my special guest, Karen from Pure Retirement. Thank you and see you next time.